It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Money, Marriage, and...
Magic.
The magic is right here. She is a magician. I don't know what she does to me, but she makes me feel some way. I don't know.
It's the hat that's making him talk like that. It's for sure the hat. Woo! Hi,
I do like hats. We're back for another episode. How you doing?
Episode 2.
Episode 2 of season 2. Let's just say it's season 2. Last episode was what it was.
Okay.
We're back for episode 2 of season 2. Season 1
and
was...
we're bringing it, and we're coming in hot.
We're coming in hot. If you haven't watched the last episode, go watch it. You guys follow across all the platforms. We're on everything, okay?
Everything. We're talking Insta. I wanted to say the Facebook. That ages me so bad.
She says the Facebook all the time.
I do. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I know. TikTok. Everywhere that you can watch or listen. But you can watch us too, just so you know.
You guys know. There's no reason to reiterate.
If you want to see it, maybe they're brand new.
If you're brand new, you got a phone. You know there's platforms to watch.
Not
listen.
Everybody watches. I didn't know that.
Yeah, true.
Come on now.
YouTube.
Not everybody's as savvy
YouTube.
As you are, Mr. Gittler.
You're on YouTube, actually, if you're watching
Oy
this.
vey.
Yeah, she's used a Jewish reference. I'm Jewish.
I did. I'm sorry. I kind of get to do that. Hi, welcome, you guys. We're so happy to be here, and we're happy to be with you guys. We're happy to be back. We're kind of loving this.
Yeah, we're back on our new setup for episode 2. And
it is a new setup.
Yeah, it is. It's way more comfortable.
It's better.
Uh-huh.
It's
actually,
cozy.
the last one was okay.
My only question is like when we bring our friends in and we interview other people, how are we going to add them?
We'll figure it out.
All right. That's on you. Yeah, that little nub. It's like a mini penis.
I got another one.
It's like a little mini penis on your shirt.
It's a little Audi. I got an Audi on my
Oh my
nipple.
God.
It's your
little... I almost
she
said
said
something.
it. I didn't say it.
I almost. No, but where would they sit?
We figure it out.
Going
back to this whole
Is that
podcast.
How we do? That's how we do it.
We figure it out. You make do. But if you do it together, you're
this
good.
Shit out.
Yeah, you're good. If you do it together, you're good.
Welcome to Potty Mouth. Welcome to wine drinking. Welcome to Jess wearing a lot of lipstick.
That's a good podcast name. Potty Mouth Podcast.
Potty Mouth Podcast.
Pretty good. Add another P and we might change our name. Who knows? But this is not what's going to happen tonight. It's money, marriage, magic. Okay?
So what do we talk about? What do we talk about here? Those two things, but in depth.
In depth, deep in depth, dirty in depth.
So like money, clearly.
Mute this if we're on your 8-year-old kid in depth.
Yes.
Depending on what we're talking about.
Ooh.
Yes.
Marriage, you know what marriage is all about. And magic is everything else that happens in every other way.
Trying to cover everything that
we're talking about like everything that is like all included in just life, basically.
Yes. And today's episode is going to be exploring
we are just getting sassy and saucy right off the hop.
Sassy, saucy.
I did tell Zach. I was like,
our name.
I told him like when we come back this season, like I want to go for it. Like I don't want I want to just be I just want to get into it. Like I want people to be like, whoa, I can't believe they talked about that. But in the best way. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't ever want to offend anybody. I'm still like a sensitive woman and a human being and I don't like to offend people, but I am real. Like listen, we have sex. We have a life. We have a child. We have a house. We have a business. We fight. We love. We have complications in life. We have disasters and we have triumphs. Like we're normal.
Yes.
We're normal. Hey, that hat is hot.
Is it from
Ireland?
Ireland?
Yeah. Lipstick? Oh, a little crazy with my lipstick.
Let me see our side.
You could have done that before we
there
started.
It is. You can't see it
but
on
hey,
camera,
listen, I will take that love. Okay, so yesterday I was volunteering at Aria's school. Side note. She looks at me and she goes, Mommy, you have lipstick on your teeth. And I said, baby, I love you so much for telling me that. Every time you see something wrong, you tell them that. You tell them if there's lipstick on the teeth, you tell them if they have a booger, you tell them. I'm like, I love you for that. I was like, that is such a quality. That's a quality. That's a quality to not be too afraid. She got that from you, not from me. Not from me.
I'll be that guy.
Y'all, that's our 8-year-old daughter. And
I'll make you feel awkward, only me and you. For that 3 seconds.
Nobody else told me.
But then you will not feel awkward the next day when you find out you had something and you knew you were around 100 people.
Right.
I'll always It's not a sacrifice.
I was really happy that she told me. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I didn't hear this. I haven't heard this.
I was like, I love this kid. I love this kid. I mean,
It's
honestly,
key.
I love this
It's
kid.
key.
But I was just like, that's a quality.
Is there something up
Quality in
with
life.
someone you know or not? I'll tell you.
It's so hard though sometimes.
It is. But why is it awkward?
I don't know. I think it's like maybe the way
You're not
you're brought up. This
infiltrating
has
their
nothing to
space.
do with the topic we're going to talk about,
Yeah.
but this is a good topic.
I'll infiltrate your space and
you
I'll
will.
have you hate me for
Ooh,
15
no,
seconds.
nobody's going to
No,
hate
because
you.
I'm infiltrating your space. That alone will irritate someone. But I'll do it for the next day. Then someone might realize, like, oh, so happy that someone told me I have
It's
a
true.
nose hair the size of this hanging out my nose, and no one told me. And then, you got to rethink your friends for a second. Like, why didn't they tell me that I had a nose
What's
hair?
a true friend? What's a true friend? That's another topic.
I don't know.
Another topic for another day. All
Tell
right.
me,
should,
man.
should we get into
Lipstick
it?
on the teeth, tell me.
I know. I'm sorry. I got
When I do,
distracted.
tell me, please. Okay.
It's only from making out too
Today's,
hard. Speaking
yes,
of making out
correct,
too hard.
Correct. Today's topic is going to be exploring each other's needs, wants, and desires.
Deep.
What clicks in your brain from me saying needs, wants, and desires? Does anything come to your head of like just
Sex.
right away? Okay, sex.
Sex. It's literally for me sex. I don't know why. But it's also like further than that. It's like how do you navigate through life with each other, communicating how to support each other. Like, I don't need you to rub my back at night because I don't want my back rubbed, simple things like that. To like, I need you to tell me what your plan is for the day so that I know what the day is going to look like.
That's a good, okay, so on that, differentiate
Like,
a need.
there's different people and there's different ways.
So what's the difference between a need and a want?
A want is selfish and need is...
Is it? I don't know.
Well, I don't...
A need and a want. And I've always been, because this is the first time we're talking about this like live in a way. A need and a want. I've always been. It's always come to like what you want to buy.
And FYI,
right? Is it a need or a want?
Like we don't talk about this before we do this.
Yeah, we're blindly going into it.
We individually research these. We come up with like topic conversations, and then we go for it. So like we haven't pre-planned this. We haven't thought about what we're talking about. Like nothing. So I'm like on the spot, and I'm like a need and.
But that's what I'm saying. The only thing I've ever said need and want is buying something.
Okay, so you need food,
like, hey,
right? You need
food,
right? You need food. You want ice cream. You don't need ice cream to live.
But it's more go bigger.
Oof.
I think only the purchase world, right? Like I want that couch. I want a new couch for the living room. Do you need it?
No.
Do you need it? Because no one's ever sat on that couch. It looks brand new.
He's looking at this couch over here, and it's not brand new. The cats have scratched the shit out of it.
When we bought it, you really wanted it. It's been 4 years. No one's logged in 10 hours of butt time to cushion.
People have slept on that couch.
But, okay, 10 hours have been logged in of
Nicole.
butt to cushion. And yet now it went, I wanted it, and now I need something else that I want. That's it.
Are we talking?
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying,
Okay.
I'm saying the only time I've ever really thought right now the need to want has been a purchase. That's it.
So we're talking about sexually need to want, though.
No, it's everything.
In general.
Just the in general need to want. What's the difference from need to want? It's curious, like where does your brain go? My brain right off the bat goes to a purchase, because I do say a lot of times when it's like when someone wants, like you or me or vice versa or anybody is like, I really want this, and I'm like, is it a need or a want?
I mean, I think I understand that concept more and more having a child, because they are like just monsters of like, they want everything.
Yeah,
like I want it, I want it, I want it, I want this, I want this. Like they conceptually, I don't know when they can conceptually understand that like there's a need and a want. Like I still struggle with that. Ooh, just saying, but you know what I mean. Like Aria's like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, great. You want ice cream?
What age does a kid know need to?
I mean, at what age do you ever really know?
You know. I'm talking
Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were, We say it to each other. No, we say it to each other.
I'm just saying, you seem very...
when we fire back, or I ask them, like, do you need it or do you want it? But this goes back in another thing of, like, what differentiates a needed to want? How do you, know each other's needs and wants? You got to know the person. Again, I think the whole of this is going to be just getting to know each other. Just like I think everything we talk about is going to get to know each other as best as possible, because you'll know what someone needs or someone wants.
So, what do I need?
I mean, I can't answer anything right off the bat
I'll
right
put
now.
you on the spot. What are my needs?
What are your needs?
Like, what are my needs? What are the things? I'll tell you what your needs are. You need to have sleep. You need to have good sleep. If you don't have sleep, you're not nice.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
You kind of suck a little bit, and I get that. I get that. You know what I mean? You also need to have creativity. If you don't have creativity in your life, you get bogged down and you like become like depressed and like sad.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You also need to have sex regularly. Like, I'm not saying every single day, but if it goes too long, I can feel like a push-pull between us. You know what I mean? And those are three completely different needs. Like, completely different needs. You know what I mean? You need to have financial security. For you, you need to know that there is money in the bank and that there's like a security blanket for you.
I just focus. That's one of mine.
I mean, I'd say those are... I know throwing the sex one in there is weird, but I'm just thinking of all the different levels of life.
Categories of life.
And your needs. Like, you could live without everything else probably. You know what I mean? Like, and I do think, you need travel and exploration for sure. Like, you need experiences for sure, which I think I'm the exact same way.
Say, like, how do these 3-4 that you just named differ from you?
But like, hey, you didn't give me a need right away, so I went in and I took those from you. So now you get to tell me what my needs are.
They're very similar.
No, you don't get to cop out like that. You gotta find one different one, because I'm different than you. I'm different than you.
Okay, so you do need travel. Life experiences is big. I think you need, where my creativity plays, you need like a love and a newness.
Change. I knew you were going to hit it. I need change. Like, I can't have it the same all the time. Like, redundancy is like the death of me. Like, as much as I want to schedule, I need change constantly. It's like, it's a blessing and a curse.
Who do you think needs to sleep more, me or you? Because you said to me like it's a big thing, but I'm like, no. I think
you need quality sleep. I need longer sleep.
Interesting. Would you take quality over? You take longer over quality? Because isn't that going against the grain?
No. I guess that's a really
key.
That was kind of a,
because you could spark up a thing like, I only need 4 hours of sleep, and if it's quality, I'm good to go.
No. I need quality. I would rather have like more rest and relaxation, I guess, overall. Like, y'all, I go to y'all. Why do I say y'all now? I go to bed at like 7:38. So like, us filming tonight is past my bedtime. So you're getting crazy, Jess, right now. But like, I love to be in bed before 8. Love to. Zach will go to bed at like 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 1. Who knows, right?
Yes.
But I am a early morning person, and he is totally a late night, So I need long amounts of time of laying in bed.
So how do you like identify and express the needs of the want and the needs to someone? Let's say if they're not listening.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like stumped. I'm like, okay, so I've told you like I need to have this amount of sleep. This is what like fuels me.
So say someone watching and like fuck you. You need to have sleep. Like, I need to have.
I mean, I guess you have to like describe it better to them and like use your words better so that they can understand why you need it. Like, I mean, I can get by. You know what I mean?
But like, our needs are very minimal if you think about it. When we named, or you named, and we named like sleep, creativity and this and that.
I mean, at the end of the day, I need a house over my head, and I need food, and I need water, and like shelter, food, water, and like that's really the basics of life. But like we live in a world where you can have more, right?
Well, so like, I like that because again, it goes back to like, you know, what do you have and start there. Build the groundwork, build the recipe from what you do have, and then you at least know how to build from that. I think because like we live in a world that we live in. Everybody else out there lives in a different world from whatever it is. So what do you have, and determine realistically, like go big, you know, want and needs, what it is. And this goes back to like the purchases that we were talking about. Like, is it a want or is it a need? You know, there's two different things. The need is necessities. The want is the vacations, you know, but the
I definitely want vacations. I definitely
But see, this is where this cross happens. A vacation is a good example of a want and a need, because there's been many times in all our lives where I need a vacation, you know, like sure. As long as but you're sometimes it's not realistic. Like I want to go to Maui for 5 weeks, or I want to go to wherever it may be. So that might seem like a vacation, but in your world right now, what's doable? What's realistic? It might be a night out.
Just the simplest little thing.
It might be not paying attention to any. It might be a day away from nobody. If you're with someone,
just like,
look, I need to not speak
a silent moment.
There's been many days that Jess goes and does her thing with Aria, our daughter, and I don't do. I mean, I do stuff the other day. I don't speak a word.
Do you like that?
I'm not saying I like or dislike. I'm just saying that's how it is.
I couldn't handle not talking to somebody in a day. Like that would be a challenge for me.
I mean, when you go to Disney, you talk to Aria, I guess. Yeah. But I just...
So, yeah.
But then the question now, too, is, like, if you went to, like, you know, you've heard, like, the silent camps, whatever, you don't speak.
No.
Do you think you do it?
Hell no.
You know, like, if you go, like,
not a chance.
You don't speak for, like, a year?
Fuck no. First of all, I can't have wine. Secondly, no. There's no chance.
I don't think I could.
I couldn't do it. Yeah. Like, okay, so like we have a side business where we own a boutique. I talk to myself in front of a phone/camera a lot of days. And like you live a different lifestyle. Like I've always worked in the restaurant industry. I did photography. I worked with Zach in his business, in his DJing business. Like I am a social person. No way. Like I remember when we first, like I moved down here and you were working and you'd be gone on a Saturday and I'd be home by myself and I knew nobody. It was like the most depressing days. Like I can't handle, and maybe that's like a personal flaw and something I have to deal with, go to therapy for, whatevs. But I just said whatevs.
That's like Canada.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what that was. That's kind of I know. But I'm like, I cannot. Silence is not my friend. I like people. I like being around people. I like noise. I like commotion.
So this is the key too. I know this about Jess, right?
Yeah.
Again, this goes into a big part of.
Come here. This is Sunny. He wants to come say hi.
Needs. Like you have to know someone else's wants and needs. You have to know someone.
Hey, get your butt out of the shot.
Going into like everything. If you don't get to know the person you're with, it's going to be tough to determine the wants and the needs of that person. The more you get to know that person, the more you're going to at least have a leg up. You're going to have, strategy against the casino, if you want to think of it that way. If you're going to gamble, like, hey, I'm going to try this and see if my partner likes this. I'm like, if you pay attention more and more as time goes on, you're probably going to come out okay. So getting to know that person is key. Like this one.
Look at this.
I know what this person likes. This furry feline. I know what this.
He wants to be he wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I know what he likes. Look at
this is Sunny. He weighs about 25 pounds. He has a brother. You'll probably never see him, but this one is a monster. Oh my gosh, he's a beast. I can't believe he just jumped up like that. And first of all, this cat never jumps on our lap. But anyways.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Sunny, if you could.
Get your booty out of a face.
Lose 20 pounds. Sonny, would you do it? Just give me the butt.
No, it's just
Give me the butt. Oh.
Hey,
Sonny,
don't bump my mic. Come on, dude.
Would you lose 20 pounds of your cow satchel that
Guys,
has milk in it?
He's got jiggles. Jiggles for days. This is not a podcast about Sonny, but he does have jiggles for days. Okay. What's your next question?
All right. The next question is, like, how do you identify or express your needs in a relationship? So if you have a need, let's just go needs.
Okay.
You know, if you have a need in your relationship, we're gonna push Sonny off for a second.
No, don't. He's fine.
No, because it'll bump it.
No, he's fine.
Don't.
Bye. Bye, Sonny.
So just need. There's need and want. We've expressed what a need and want, I think, is between us. Hopefully you guys, got what we said. But how do you express, if you have a need, a need that, let's say, is not being
met in our marriage,
how do you express it to me or someone else or whatever it may be?
I mean, I think I've told you before where I'm
so one is blatantly just, hey, I need this.
Yeah, kind of.
How does that work out?
I mean, depends.
How do you think it works out?
Depends on the situation that you're in and how it comes across. It's not the best way to deliver it, but what is the best way to deliver it?
I agree with you on that. There is no best way. Deliver it.
Just give it.
You can redeliver it multiple times, I think, to your person that you're with.
Sometimes I'm like, I just need you to understand that right now, I'm just not into this. I'm not into having sex. I'm not into this. I'm not into, I'm frustrated. I'm upset. I'm not feeling it. Something. You know what I mean? I'm like, I just need you to understand. And you're really good at it. You're really, really, really good at it. I don't think you tell me things like that ever, to be honest. I think you'll just suck it up. And I think you push your needs aside a lot, to be perfectly honest with you.
I may push it aside, but I don't do it purposely, because for me, I have all my wants a lot of times met. So,
but sometimes there's an outside version, if you don't communicate that with the person that you're with, how are they to know that, right? You're like, everything's met. I'm happy. But I'm like, but I feel like you're just pushing things aside because you're making sacrifices for other people. And I know you, and I know that's what you do. And I'm sure there's many people out there that do the same thing, right?
But if you think I push it aside,
mm-hmm.
What if I don't think I'm pushing it aside? I'm just like, I'm good.
But how am I to know that? How am I to know that?
I mean, after this, it might play a different game of if I say my wants are met, I'm good.
So I got to do nothing. Just keep being me. Nothing else.
Saying in certain situations, in whatever you were to bring up, what if this and that, if you're in this or that or a situation, what would you do? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking broad. This is very broad. I'm just saying, if you were to ask me, I would say a lot of times, I don't know, my situation's probably...
Okay, so what are your needs then?
I don't have many from where we're at in our world, because my needs have been met.
See, that's kind of complicated too, right?
But
it is,
But I'm not ever going to not work daily of the key components of, I think, of all these things we talk about, of getting to know each other as much as we can, growing together, and just everything involved in that world.
I think that the most important thing that you can do is when you hit a roadblock, right? Where somebody doesn't understand my needs, right? I know when I get to that point, I'm just he doesn't fucking understand me. Don't get me wrong. I ain't perfect. It happens. Everybody can get in their own head, and everybody can have moments. I am a female with a lot of hormones, and men are just a little bit different. And I can get batshit crazy, okay? Where I'm just he just doesn't get it. And then I'm okay, when I finally break it down to myself, I'm I just have to talk to him about it. I just literally have to be hey, listen, this is what's bothering me. Sometimes I don't deliver it very well. Just ask Zach, he'll tell you. But the breakdown of actually taking the thought and exiting it from your mouth is Hence why therapy is like a real true thing and why it helps a lot of people. But you can have that with your significant other. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't have to go to somebody else to talk about your problems. Like you can, as long as I think you can communicate. That was coming out of my mouth. I was like, oh, trying to pull it back. But like, you have to build that.
Yes.
You have to build that. And I think that there is no such thing as perfection. And I tell Aria, our daughter, that all the time. There's no such thing and there never will be. However, you can try to just work towards something that works perfectly for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, we found a balance, I think. And God knows our relationship is not perfect and it's not untouchable and it's not, I mean, it's perfect for us. But like, it's still work. Mm-hmm. It's still work. You know what I mean? And I have to keep telling you. And you know what's funny? Your needs change.
Well, for sure. Everything changes.
Right?
You know,
because like...
You need to adapt. You need to be a chameleon with like 8 different shells that you can shed and regrow and whatever it may be when you're with someone. And again, going back to when you choose to be with someone forever, there's not one person, I don't care who you are, I'll put it down, that is like, I know when I marry them or I'm going to be with them for the rest of my life that it's going to be kind of like, it's going to be work? Like, what? I thought you find that.
I mean, I think that maybe those should be part of your vows. Are you ready to work for the rest of your life? Are you ready to...
Yeah, something could be reinvented in just the whole world of as you get married and grow
like
together.
Sickness and health, get that. That's going to happen. Like if you stay long enough, it's sickness and health. Or, that's not true. I'm sorry, I take that back. It can happen right in the early stages of marriage. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, we got to talk about vows one day. Write that down.
No, it's like, should you get married?
No, but vows, like what real traditional marriage vows
are a daily
thing. Ooh, that's true.
Everything that's picked as like...
Yeah, but when you say your vows, that is a daily thing. Like you do decide how... Ooh, deep.
So when you want a want or a need, do you think like you have to be in the position, and it's very tough to get to that, to whoever may be on whatever side, if someone has a want or a need to, let's say a need is, I need you to be more something. What would you pick? I need you to be more what? What comes
transparent.
Transparent, okay? What if me, I'm like, my brain, 1, and 2, my voice to tell you is like, for the last 2 weeks, I feel that I've been the most transparent I've ever been.
But here's my problem.
But no. So I say.
Are we talking about us right now? Or are we giving examples?
No.
Okay.
We'll tell you if it's personal. But like, what if it responds of like, and I'm the person who's like, I feel that last month I have been so transparent, and it like I'm like getting furious. Oh, and I literally from my side is like, I have tried so hard to be transparent, but yet it wasn't perceived
didn't feel that way
to you or vice versa. What do you do at that moment when you're butting heads?
Yeah.
Because that's a atom bomb about to go off.
Yeah.
That's everything's going good. Date night is great, and all of a sudden, it's.
But
gone.
I mean, I feel like we've been in situations like that.
Yeah.
Where like I think the reason why things like that happen is because there is lack thereof to get to that point. You've gotten to that atom bomb where you're like, things are blowing up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really, truly feel like you have been holding back. Or I know for me, I would have been holding back that whole time and been like, I should say something. Is it worth it? I'm just going to hover on that for a few seconds and wait. And then a day goes by, 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 and then a week has gone by, and then a week and a half has gone by, and 2 weeks, and then fucking it's a month. And then you're like, fucking hate this person right now. Like, I lost communication. So I think it's like, it's nipping it in the butt right away. Is it nipping it in the butt? Or nip it in the butt? Nip it in the butt. Nip it in the butt. Nip it in the butt. I don't know.
Nip it in the butt?
I don't know. But like, do you know what I mean? It's like the longer...
So you're saying if you don't... I mean, this goes across, I think, a lot of platforms of everything you do.
I think you have to get it right away.
Whether it be working out, to do, eating better.
Right away.
If you put it aside, like, I'll do it tomorrow syndrome.
Never going to work.
You're saying, like, advice-wise would be
Get it.
Just do it.
Go.
Especially, and
I mean, I think you have to marinate on it for a little bit, like just a little bit, especially when it's like an emotional situation like that with your significant other or a friend or a parent or a sibling, right? Like, because that happens in all those relationships, I feel like. You have to like marinate on it for not a quick second, like a hot second, let it decide like, what's this worth? Like, how am I going to approach this? What am I going to do? Which is really funny because I never think like that. But now apparently I can give advice on it. And
see, we learn things from our podcast.
Oh my God, you guys, this is why, I kid you not, this is the best. It's the best.
You know what? One thing I would like to know about any viewers viewing, tell us, email us, whatever you want. I want to know when you go out on a date with whoever, together, significant other, wife, husband, whatever. If you're there at a table for 45 minutes, what do you talk about?
My microphone.
What do you talk about? I am the most...
Like, what do you talk about in date night?
All of our friends watching, I want to know. 45 minutes. What do you talk about?
Probably about kids.
Is it business? Is it stupid shit? Is it whatever?
Life.
I mean, not stupid, but like nothing stupid, but like, it's one of the most curious things I have.
Well, what do you talk about when you go out?
I mean, it could be all of the above, what I just said. It could be just stupid. But again, nothing stupid if you're having a conversation.
We're usually like looking at ideas for life.
But more than
or traveling.
less, I think it's the one time, kids know kids, that you're vulnerable. You're in a different element that you're both not in before, let's say. You're having a conversation. I think it's a time to bring things up. But whatever someone brings up between each other, I think you need to be open and see it from the other person's eyes if you don't understand it, one, and just how to perceive it or soak it up, because sometimes it might not be said the right way. One word or a conversation can be like a text message if you're not communicating on the right level.
Let's just talk about text messages first of all. They are the disaster of the world.
Don't communicate your needs and wants through a text message.
Unless it's like, come upstairs and let's fuck.
I agree.
Only way to kind of do it.
You can't mean anything else except that.
That.
She's not telling me to go change his cat, okay? With that text. It's not.
I'm just saying, you can read into a text message all you want. It's like,
just don't try to.
I'm here. Where are you?
But then again,
you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm here. Where are you? Like, you can't read tone through a text message.
Yes. If you're trying
but
to
if you're like trying to communicate your needs, I'm upstairs, come upstairs, let's have sex. Point blank. Like, yes. I mean, it's pretty clear that is communicating your needs at the best of your ability.
Yes. But just if you have a want and you have a need, if it's like, I really need this in my life right now, text message is not the way to portray it, or let's say you did have a conversation and then after the fact, you sent a text like, I'm just so happy you listened to me and I can't wait to do this. And
you know what I like to do for my friends, and I usually do this like after I've like hung out with them or something, and I feel like this has nothing to do with a want or a need, but it has something to do with like a giving. And it's like, I always say like, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. I love you. Thanks for feeding my family, or thanks for entertaining my family or something. You know what I mean? Like, those are the text messages that are the bomb.
Easy. And
we're going to have a text message.
What about in the want or need? And I think this is more a want. Because again, going back to the want and need.
Okay, tell me.
I think it always goes back to a purchase in a way. I don't know why my brain always goes want or need. Because I always say, like, is it want or need? I really need this. Like, do you need it or do you want it? Because I say it to our daughter, a couple times here and there. Is there room for like negotiation and compromise in the want and the need? And it's not in the life, like, I need you to be more compassionate with me. Of course, there's no I think in between, or there might be, I don't know.
I think as a female, I need women. I'm going to say this. Women need a lot more than men do.
I agree.
Like, a lot more.
Sure.
Like, sometimes I just need you to be inside my brain And I've said that before, and that's so horrible because, like, how can you do that? You know what I mean? But he's like, what? I'm like, I just need you to be inside my brain. I just need you to understand what the hell is going on in here. And you're like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes I just don't know what I need. Like, and I don't know how to chalk that up, if it's hormones or if it's craziness or if it's womanhood or adulthood or 40hood or momhood or fucking the thing that I have a vagina and you don't. I don't know. But it's like,
could it help to have, because there's two people involved in ours, to just like, if you could just get in my brain and just help, whatever it may be, it could also help. There's no right or wrong way to say it.
No.
When you say it, just say it. And the other person should absorb it, hopefully, in a way of like, absorb it, but not squeeze it out if it was a sponge, and just maybe want to absorb a little bit more and just like finish it and then, wring it out.
Finish it and wring it out. I like that. That was a very, wow.
So want and needs.
Why do you have this skill?
Want and needs.
Wants and needs. They're two in the same. They're kind of two in the same.
Opposite. So opposite.
They are.
They're so opposite.
It's so hard. Uh-oh.
We got cats coming in now.
The spider catcher's back. Come on, bud.
Do you think you try to mirror other people when things are said? Think of it from their perspective or their world.
I mean, I think initially, I don't. I don't think I do. I think I get defensive right off the hop, and then I think,
and then what? Hours go by,
I'll
days
break
go
it
by,
down, and then I'll think about it differently. I think I wish I thought differently. I wish I could have more like, try to put yourself in their shoes kind of thing, and I do try to do it. I think especially since having a child, because I think that's like really, really the orange cat is more orange. I think it's really important, but yeah, I mean,
it's good to like do that. Like if someone were to say something to you and it's against whatever you think, whatever you want to do, and it's tough in that moment to put yourself in that person's shoes.
Sure. I mean, I think in life as I get older, I think I'm getting better at it for sure.
That's good. That makes sense because you can't.
And I want to get better at it. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to be like, okay, just because somebody said something doesn't mean that that's the end all, say all, be all of everything. I want to be able to be like, okay, I see you. I understand you. I'm listening to you. I might not like it, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong.
So should you listen with curiosity instead of judgment?
Always.
Always. I mean, you're very quick to answer.
Always. I'm not saying that I do it.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm a dickhead. I get it. I'm not perfect. I am an asshole. I get it.
Accustomed to their day of life.
But like, absolutely.
Absolutely.
If we could all do that, even 50% more than we're doing in real life, like, could you imagine?
So a deep breath. I mean, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, if someone says something, to not respond is almost.
Oh my God, could you imagine? But we live in a world of like social media and people like hitting you back right away with all this shit and like criticizing and like all this stuff. Like, I think I'm pretty lucky. And I mean, with the podcast, I feel like we're getting pretty vulnerable. That we'll probably get a lot of like hits on things that might make me feel uncomfortable. Zach will be the one to take care of all that. But I mean, it's life and it's real and it's raw and it's the way it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say hopefully, on the wants and needs.
Did anybody actually, if you heard through this whole show what any of Zach's needs and wants are, please comment below.
I'm very easy to where I am in life,
It's not true. Everybody has needs and wants. You just choose never to say them.
But if my wants are met.
No, it's a problem. That's not true.
No.
You can't say that your whole life is
not
bubbled
whole.
up and perfect right now.
Whole,
you can't say that.
Yeah.
Everybody has needs and wants, and the fact that you can't even put any of them out
every
there.
Want and need I have,
we're gonna revisit this.
I think
we're gonna revisit this.
It brings up, and I say it, and then
it
gets met.
I love you. But we're gonna revisit this one. We're gonna highlight it, asterisk it. We're gonna like. Yeah.
That's good.
See?
It's always met.
Diversion.
So wants and needs. I hope we met your need for
Let us
watching.
know what your struggles with your wants and needs are, because we'd be happy to read them and realize that, oh, Mr. Sunbun.
It's cat cow.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Oh my God, what's his deal?
Cat cow.
He's so into it. You guys, thank you so much for being here and for spending time with us, watching us, listening to us, hanging out, commenting, engaging. We truly appreciate it. We really, really do.
Conversation. I don't even know there was a camera there.
I know.
Until you just looked over here. Now I'm looking at you. I feel weird. I
know. We're Zach and Jess, and we're Money, Marriage, Magic.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Till the next one.
See you soon.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep.